time for people. Heads up, eyes open, the fist clench. Y'all know who this is and how we do this. Y'all, let's get locked and loaded for another episode of Free. Okay, I definitely don't interrupt the chairman. Long live champ. Live and direct. That's what it is, y'all. Let's make history. Let's take history. Let's tape history. Here's up, eyes when the fist clench. Y'all know what this is. Now we do this here. Another episode of Freedom on Radio here at Intellectual Radio. We live and direct. Let's again, if y'all can't take a pause for the open them front doors and back windows, let them know once again it's on. Wednesday, we're a little late. Quality time outweighs quantity time. We coming at you through your front doors, your back doors. We come to do Instagram. We come to do intellectual YouTube. You name it. It's what it is. So if they can repost it on TikTok or whatever, do what it do, y'all. Weekly episode of Black Panther, weekly program of the Black Panther Party Cubs, hosted by yours truly, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and Robert Allen, aka the Lady of Rage. So if y'all can, let's get locked and loaded. Make history, take history, tape history. I'm joined by some phenomenal sisters. They just touched down. They'll tell about herself in a minute, and you know what I'm saying, and what they came here for, what they done thus far already. Holla, it's in the building, y'all. You know what I'm saying? She asked a question about what we doing in the West Coast. We want to make sure we connected with the comrades there, so make sure y'all y'all pens and papers or iPads, whatever, to make these connections happen. Y'all see my voice is going. But the spirit liberation is still going hard. Dr. Those numbers is 929-477-3785 and press 1. Also 708-223-8953. That's what it is. Let's make history. Let's take history. Let's tape history. That's what it is, y'all. Been moving and grooving. We was on Carl Nelson show early this morning. Moving and grooving, hitting that. Got a few more things to touch down with. Y'all can right on. We're next in the building. First Surgeon Derby in the building. I see y'all. That's what it is. Let them know we live and direct. We have a number of things we're gonna touch down on. I don't know if the brother Black Militia with the clothing line, you know what I'm saying, who hails out of Maywood. I couldn't get the address to you. Studio. I mean, man, I got to slow down. I keep on saying it, but I got to slow down. I got to slow down, man. Real talk. Brother Khan in the building. Chirac in the building. That's what it is, y'all. So let me know if we got any callers in queue. Feel y'all tap in. I know we told his brother Black Militia. It was clothing line. His knowledge. You know what I'm saying. We got going on. Touchdown. Also, we definitely. We look for the mother, Tamir Rice. Those who don't know, who's coming up this Saturday. Big day. Gonna be in Cleveland, Ohio. Making a connection, you know what I'm saying? Ironically, Akron, not ironically, it's the modus operandi, how this system gets down. Akron, Ohio is hot. You know what I'm saying? The funeral service is today. Jalen Walker. You know what I'm saying? We hiding the contradictions. You know what I'm saying? People say, well, maybe police got to get better training or what have you. You know what I'm saying? You see, they're perfectly capable of taking the white individual in who I'm gonna bite my tongue. Technically how they say allegedly, but I don't even think he denied. But 7 people murdered 7 people. You know what I'm saying? Taken in, unharmed. His young brother Jalen Walker. You know what I'm saying? They say they shot 90 shots at him, hit him 60 times. I might be talking fast, so it might have went over y'all heads. Shot at him 90 times, hit this young brother 60 times. 60 times. Jalen Walker, the funeral service was today. If they don't strike a nerve with you, you dig, your political post it's probably, man, you know what I'm saying? Out of there. We're talking about that. We're talking about what's going on this Saturday in Cleveland, Ohio. We're talking about Sri Lanka. What's happening now? The uprising, you know what I'm saying? What's going down? You know what I'm saying? I see Ray Bronsky tapped in. I wanted you to come on the studio. I couldn't think of the address. I got to slow down. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm getting a reality check who I am, how old I am. I'm getting a reality check. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving down. I got this, man. Slow down, man. Straight up. I got this idealism, so man, it's gonna move nonstop, but reality is checking me. Steven in the building, and Chris in the building, Free Mall right on, and Chirac in the building, Levante Burks, that's what it is, y'all. All right, y'all, let's get locked and loaded. Bring okay, Sister Conrad, do we have any callers in queue? While you check that out for me, who we have in studio with us? Why are you here in Chicago? What you got going on? Who came with you?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good evening. My name is Ayula Mitchell, and I hail from the West Coast. I'm from San Francisco, right across the bridge from the birthplace of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. I have been in Chicago for a little over 2 weeks now. I just believe that you can't say you are for the people if you're not in the communities with the people. And so I came for a conference that we were doing. I do healing work. I do trauma healing work with people on both sides of the walls. We have a lot of trauma as a people. And so I took this opportunity to spend some time in Chicago, not just come out here and go to the conference. And I've met some amazing people doing some incredible work out here in Chicago. And I'm telling everybody that Chicago is so much more than the 90-second news story about violence. There are some beautiful people who love their cities, they love their communities, they love their people, and they're doing the work. And it's been my honor and my pleasure to have been able to meet Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., um, his Chairman Fred Hampton Sr.'s life and legacy I've studied since I was a 14-year-old girl. And so it's just really an honor to be here with you and seeing the work that you're doing, learning about the Panther Cubs, learning about the work you're doing, the Panther Cubs are doing with the Young Lords. Um, it's been a ride. It's been a ride and an experience.
We honored to have you here. I'm looking around. You want some set your thing? Set your phone up. I'm trying to see. You find another stand or some books or something for you. But we are honored to have you here. Conference. What was the I couldn't think of the title of the conference this morning. What was the title of it? I can't recall it.
National. I'm bad with names and remembering things. I know it was on restorative justice. It's a national conference that happens every 2 years. And
A lot of times, a lot of times, these conferences, a lot of times these conferences and a lot of these events, a lot of times, I brought this up. Some people from Seattle had came to the Hampton House. They said y'all told them about the Hampton House, and they was like, "Well, we didn't know nothing about this." Some people I met at this conference. It was at the McCormick Place. They was like, "Man, we didn't know nothing going on about the Hampton House, so on and so forth." And a lot of times these conferences, a majority of cases, they're not designed to really, get people, saying on the ground doing some work. So we got to acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? See, saying the deal is like I remember, ironically, the event where I had my now ambassador of international affairs, who was asked on our central committee. I recall our first meeting. Um, whew, there was a case of, was it in Minnesota? It might have been Minnesota. And I was speaking with a group that brought me there. They really weren't trying to do no work. The group that got me there. And I got there, and I remember I was talking to our ambassador on the phone. He wasn't our ambassador of international affairs then. And he was kind of like beating around the bush. He do you know the people that brought? I said, listen, man, come grab me. I need to get to the pool hall, the barber shop, to the hood.
right.
He said, huh? I said, come grab me. I need to get to the pool hall, the barber shop in the hood. There's no gift wrap revolution. You know what I'm saying? These different entities ain't gonna say, okay, here you go, connect with this force, so on and so forth. Work what you gotta work with, you touch down, hit the community, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Man, make it do what it do. And I just want to commend the sister, all those forces that came in, Holland from Brooklyn. The Hampton House was not in the linear notes of the programs for this event, but they made it a point. I say, man, we can touch down 3:00 p.m. And then they, no, 1 o'clock. And then we had to change it. You know what I'm saying? We had to move on the pivot. Things happened at 3 o'clock. They were there. And they said, we waiting. We on deck. We waiting. We here. And then add to that, it has not been a full week since they came to the house. They had a phenomenal video, you know what I'm saying, that capsulized, you know what I'm saying, that put together, you know what I'm saying, the time they were here, you know what I'm saying. And, you know, and it's something I show a lot of people who, you know, so who put this video together, take all the time wasting, you know, excursions and futilities and unnecessary meetings people want to do. Now let's just do it, you know what I'm saying. Man, just do it, you know. And we're gonna make some mistakes. And I just not even them rappers, them young rappers, they would just get their videos, they would just shoot them, stick and move. And I think people want to do more time and meetings, and you know, and don't come out with nothing. Pac talked about it. He said Pac will be in the studio to tell cats, man, lay that track down and get up out of there. Them cats, it's other cats who they want to sit back and cut it up and do that. Move, you know what I'm saying? Man, gotta move on it. And they got the video done. And I'm struggling with so many cats on projects. One cat I joke with, I said, listen, man, I know you probably waiting on me to be dead or took up out of here. You be on some shows and out. This stuff is important for people to see what's going on, that people are organized on the ground. Commandante Ernesto Che Guevara said that the role of the propagandist can be as important as that of the guerrilla. The role of the propagandist can be as important as that of the guerrilla. The images, the information. I got comrades who told me, I think, Mouse, man, I didn't know how to read growing up. He would look at the Panther papers, the illustrations, you know what I'm saying, the drawing, and how it impacted him. You never know what that would impact people. Today, I'm down in Maywood, someplace, black-owned company, A&M Italian Ice. I'm rapping this brother today. They made was Italian icy joint. So talking to him, telling him who I am. He said, you related to Dutch? I said, Dutch, I'm Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. He he remembers a child. The Panthers would have meetings. He said he stayed 12:30 something Keeler. He said the door would be open. You can walk past. He said, I remember how the police always gave him a hard time. And a lot of people don't understand that. I tell you, be talking to people, they talk about organizing and negating the COINTELPRO, the counterinsurgency. You know what I'm saying? The dynamic of, you know, I'm being unmolested. I'm talking about it's a poster in the Hampton House shows you the arrest that Panthers were subjected to in Chicago in the 69 alone. This is important to put, and that stuck with this brother. You know what I'm saying? I remember that how they always. It's so common. I get pulled over I got pulled over 3-4 times last 5 days. And I'm talking this one sister, she probably listening too, and good. Because it's like I had to catch myself. Yeah, I didn't hear back from you. I said, watch it on the line. I mean, police pulled me over. I'm on line 2 nights ago. I'm in the passenger seat. They asked me, give me your license. You can hear him, Mr. Hampton. Give us. I got this on live, and I'm not crying the blues because there's no music playing, but these are different dynamics. And a revolutionary can never explain to a civilian what his life is like. Real talk, real talk. But the deal is to win people. You know what I'm saying? And I have to catch myself because it's a drain on the brain. You know what I'm saying? The day-to-day, you know what I'm saying, struggles that happen. But you know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, y'all. Like a show in the building. I remember that name. We was in infamous Cook County Jail together, Division 6. Infamous Cook County Jail, y'all. Largest county jail in the country. The largest county jail in the country. You dig? Matter of fact, we'll be updating y'all. Sister Cassandra Greer, the widow of Nicholas Lee. You know what I'm saying? She talking about this whole thing about the history of Sheriff Tom Dart in particular. I can't rightfully remember how long he may have been the sheriff when I was back when we was there. Brother Michael Shaw, what we was there too long. I remember Division 6, 2G, I think 2G or 2Q. No, excuse me, Division 1. No, Division. I get yeah. In that county jail, in fact, yesterday I was riding. The brother told me, "Why don't you go this way? It's a shorter route going past." I said, "No, I just don't feel like riding past Cook County Jail. I went the longer way. The damage." Field Marshal George Jackson said, "No man," I'm gonna paraphrase it. "No man, no woman leaves a place how you tap this? You want you trying Shaw, hit it again if you want me to bring you in. I'll bring you. Let me know if you want me, because it's new to me. Hit it again, I'll bring you in. I don't know if you made that. I don't know if you made a mistake and hit that. Vontae, you say Sheen. Now Sheen was that's way before Dart. Sheriff Sheen, that's way before Tom Dart. And Dart said in his mouth for 60 Minutes that Cook County Jail was the largest mental health institution in the country. The history of Cook County Jail, it's got cases with 17-year-old sisters. 17-year-old sisters forced to rinse out their sanitary napkins for reuse. Cook County, I'm not talking across seas, I'm talking Cook County Jail. Those who been in the infamous Cook County Jail, y'all remember the day looking out the rat fights, watching out seeing the rats. Remember the right, brother Vontae was there as a juvenile, yeah. And you know what's interesting too? There's a law, one of the laws that blatantly said all counties, for the exception of Cook, the juveniles had to be separated from the adult population. Now, you're talking about Chicago, you had Randolph, Thomas, different counties. But Cook County is, at one time, the largest per capita of black population in the country. So why would they say it's already in Cook County for children to be around adult population? You know what I'm saying? People say, man, you tripping, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a coincidence. Why is this? You know what I'm saying? Division 1, my brother. Mike Shaw to be a real talk. Okay, finish. Okay, Ray Bronx, I'm gonna bring you on in 1 minute. I'm gonna bring you on for a few minutes. Then let me know. Then Shaw, you stay on. Let me know if you want to bring back some memories. Just even talk. Division 1. This war was Division 1. I don't know why I keep. Okay, that's Division 6 another time. Division 1. We're gonna talk about Cook County Jail. What's going on? Alicia Gill just tapped into Menard, infamous Menard. We're gonna talk about what so what's some of the issues that Cassandra Greer is talking about. It's pushing, exposing infamous again Cook County Jail. What happened with the coronavirus when we first heard about the pandemic? How the phone calls that was given to Sheriff Tom Dart and others, saying the detail blow by blow of the death toll. Cassandra documented, she talked to her husband then. You know what I'm saying? Bam, bam, bam. Detailing that. We're gonna make the connection because the Minister UAP News said that prison is a microcosm of the outside community. Prisons, as Malcolm X said, America itself represents prison. We're gonna draw the correlation to what's happening with Jalen Walker. What happened to Jalen? What happened? Unfortunately, what happened to Jalen Walker? Now, what's happening with him? What happened to him? What's happening in Cook County Jail? So, comrade, do we have any callers in queue? If they do, give me 1 second. I'm bringing brother on for. You say no?
Okay, yeah, we have we got Brother Norman in queue.
Hold right on. Give me 1 minute, Norman. Let me get his brother in. I think we got Samir Rice, the mother Tamir Rice, gonna be calling in too soon. Okay, come on, brother Ray Hrabowski. Are you ready? Come on in. While you tap the thing, so this is new to me. I'll bring you on Facebook. Vontae was in juvenile too. The infamous St. Charles. You was in St. Charles 1998 to 89 and sent about the Chicago Police Department. St. Charles, y'all remember it was a movie, St. Charles. I remember as a juvenile. Okay, you may got each other around a couple of same time. I think we was around the same age, Vontae. I think so. And I remember as a child, we would see brothers had them T-shirts. They would have the owl on them, some with the tiger, and that was what particular juvenile detention center they were held at. And St. Charles was heralded as one of the most top, like the notorious. In fact, it was a movie. I don't know if you remember that movie. The movie. That's what I think Sean Penn first. He couldn't act, but his father was a major player in Hollywood, and that's I think he was in that movie, and they had some actually Bernard Gales. He's deceased now. He's passed now. G Rock. Joe, actually what's the sister's name who's been missing? Work for the post office. Kiara, okay, that's my right. Okay, hold on, right on. I'm gonna bring you on to these two calls. Hold the line for Miss Rice. Hold the line for us. Yeah, Bad Boys. No, that was it. Bad Boys. Era. Yup, that was it. And what's the he was in it too. What's the brother? His daughter's been missing. We did animal on the show. We got to look for his daughter. Kiara Coles. Kiara Coles. Joe Coles was in there. Yup. Bad Boys. That's it. Sean Pink. Yup. And St. Charles was notorious. Notorious. He had Harrisburg. Yeah, so I remember hearing the different stories about that. Let me come on, brother. Ray, bring you in. They get some updates. Tap on to move on. Get a lot of updates. And Michael, hey Michael, show. I'm gonna bring back your memory. I'm gonna take you a flashback while this brother, other brother coming in. It's this movie. We in Division 1. I remember that Division 1. Yup, Division 1. And I can't. And what's this? The movie came. Was that movie? Was it American Me? No, that Kid Frost song "Ain't No Sunshine." We did it when she's gone, and I never forget. They said the movie finna come on, and everybody ran to the get on the tables, and everybody, different organizations. So y'all know Chicago. This back you had structure. You know what I'm talking about, man. Different organizations. They did, and this white cat that came up, and I guess that privilege or that he thought I guess he got confused where he was at. He just went to the front and got his seat like he's been sitting in front of everybody. And Michael Shaw, I don't know if you remember this, man. I don't know, man. This was before night. This was 89 night. Man, all I heard Michael Shaw say, "Hey, my man, white folks is the back of the bus over here, man." Boy, listen, I don't know. You remember that show? I died laughing, boy. Hey, man, that white dude came up there. He's sitting there like he at the movies and stuff. He getting comfortable. You say, hey, white folks get to the back of the bus over here, man. Boy, I remember, yeah. Brown was in. Okay, he was in Bad Boy, and yeah, it's that dude named who else? Guys, yeah. Who else is in this? I get, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, the Broski, we got to get you in, man. Let's tap you in. Y'all tune in live and direct. You know what I'm saying? You remember that show? You remember, boy? I laughed so hard, man. And the white dude in his mind, I say, when I tell people, I say, it was just natural. He thinking that, regardless of the logic, all these black folks, he gonna get in the front of the movie in the Cook County Jail. We're like, damn, black folks gonna get. I mean, just. The world was built over, man. That arrogance is something else, man. And I just heard Shaw say, "Man, hey, they're at the back of the bus over here." That stuck with me so long, man.
That's funny.
I remember that, man. Yeah, that movie was American Me. Yeah, I think it was. Boy, yeah. And what's my man name? What's my man? Bo. They had the animal, National Geographic animals came. Bo used to come through there together. Time to watch the animals. Yeah, man. And I don't get it twisted, man. I got some horrible memories too. Don't get it twisted. Horrible memories like infamous Cook County Jail. I just flash back on the smell, the scent. The smell of Cook County Jail. It just hit me just now. It just hit me. Where the butter look, the spoons you got to carry all the time with you, you know what I'm saying, in your pocket, one plastic spoon, spork that they give you. The nasty floors. Count time, all that shit. Never forget. It's not even African. It's not even a term in Africa. Like uhuru means freedom in certain African terms. You speak. There's no term in African people for jail. That's a foreign concept for us. We can't conceive no shit like that. Foreign to us. Foreign to us. Oh man, A-Rod, you took it there, man. You took it there. His brother here, man, he got a hell of a lineage also. He said, I can still smell the tunnel. He said, I can still smell the tunnel.
Is the tunnel which you would travel from detention to the courts?
The tunnel to the courts. They would take you to courts, and from, like, even to any movement, like from like the different divisions and the decks, like they take you through, and the beatings were notorious. The guards, I remember they had a contract, they had a hit on us one. I'm literally, the guards intake, man. Hold on, take a step by step, bro. Slow down. You take a step by step, because man, you intake, yeah, that whole process, man. The tunnels. I remember me and this brother named this was Division 6, Division 1. Had to be Division. I keep Division. Okay, Division 6. Okay, now Division 1. This is Division 1 also. Mustafa, Milton Patterson, that was his name. The guard said if we get caught by ourselves, they was gonna get down on us. And I said, man, make sure any visits we get called, I have somebody get called on the visit with me. You know what I'm saying? They try to trick you down to the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Come, call you down there, whatever. You got to visit, all that bear, whatever. And that tunnel, all type of stuff. Man, you know what I'm saying? When the tourists, was the guards, the 6'1" guards. They had to be a certain height to even become that was the crew, the special crew they had. And they had caught Mustafa, Milton Patterson. They had caught him. They got him on the bad self in that tunnel. They paralyzed and they beat him down so bad. And I remember we was going to court, and I remember for him, and he got out. He was the settlement, the lawsuit he had filed came close to it being settled. Then he got locked up in Iowa. Milton Patterson, who the guards in Cook County Jail, they was open about it. So they said they catch Fred, have to him, me or him, to get down on us. And I remember my visit. I turned visits. I said we all just never went solo. They got him back, and they beat him. They paralyzed him. He had sued, and he was about the settlement was about to happen. He got pulled over for traffic. He was in Iowa jail, and he's supposed to bang on the door and call a heart attack and pass. Now, let me repeat that again. Guards in Cook County Jail in Chicago. They saying they're gonna get out. They're gonna whoop us on. Our names was posted. They called him. They beat him down. So they paralyzed him temporarily. And then later on, we was going to court. And you know what I'm saying? I remember when he got out and the settlement he had about to come down, and he's in Iowa. And I think it was a traffic they say he had. And they say he was beating on the door to the point that he supposed to had a heart attack and pass. The insult to your intelligence. But the sad thing, some of us go for this shit, believe this shit. Milton Patterson, Mustafa. Real talk. What? Baby, after my grandchildren met. Wow. In Cook County Jail, a lot of history, man. A lot of history, man. Yeah, a lot of history. A lot of history. A lot of history. Y'all, okay, where you at? Red Brosh, you gotta come on in. I'm gonna hit you later on because we gotta get the. We gonna take y'all. What's going down? What's going down? What's happening in Ohio? The connection, the irony. Okay, bro. We're gonna do, okay. Is Ray Brosh? Is you tapped in? I don't know. Okay, this is new to me. I had to work this. I'm scared to touch this button. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess is that his work. Okay. Miss Rice, bear with us for a minute. And who else? We need you on deck. Okay, so don't go nowhere, Miss Rice. Somebody else had on. And Norman, I may be familiar with Miss Rice. You not take a flashback. If you think this is some new MO how they get out in Ohio, and what they recently attempted to do, with the police, they murdered Tamir Rice. We're gonna talk about all that. Okay, I'm waiting on this brother to tap in. I think we're trying to add you in now. I don't know what's happening. Is something I'm missing? If this don't work, you might get to call in, brother Ray Obrowski. Yeah, it's taking too long. It's saying adding. No answer from the live video guest. Okay, bro. So you might get to call in because it might be me. I don't know what's going on. Norman, tap in with us for a minute. We want to bring Samir. We're gonna bring Miss Samir Rice in. Norman, bring me Norman down. I'm going to Miss Samir Rice. We gonna talk about what we gonna be at this Saturday, y'all. We gonna talk what we gonna be at this Saturday. What's significant about this Saturday? Brother Norman, bring Norman Richard in. Then we're gonna bring Miss Samir Rice.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
I hear you loud and clear, brother.
Chairman, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I was just saying that there is a new pub in Regina, Saskatchewan called the Hampton Pub. It's a restaurant, a vegan restaurant, and I'm looking at it on Facebook. They got a few chairs, 3 owners, and a huge picture of Chairman Fred in there. But it's on Facebook, and there was a guy by the name of Barry Lipton who your father stayed with when he was in spoke in Saskatchewan. He basically told me about it. But that is I guess another some more accolades, coming. I never, Regina, Saskatchewan. That's basically a football and a hockey town, But in terms of there were African people that went there, but the history of Regina, Saskatchewan has been the history of African people there has been suppressed. A lot of black people came from Oklahoma and went to Saskatchewan. I believe there was a brother by the name of Al Hamilton, who was for lack of a better term, he was a gangstar. He went to prison for doing some acts that he was basically forced to do. He went to prison and he came out and he started this newspaper called Contrast, and he was born there. And his people came from Oklahoma, because a lot of African people went to that part of the world because of the slavery situation. They escaped and set up communities in Regina. But it's on Facebook, and I just basically wanted to report that to you. And the second thing was that I think I was telling you on Carl Nelson's show, my grandmother was named Ola Mae Pruitt, and I was looking at the obituary, and one of the pallbearers of her at her funeral, she was buried in Jonesboro, Louisiana, and there was a Quincy Pruitt was one of the pallbearers, and I'm pretty certain that that Quincy Hampton, he may be a relative of yours.
When was the funeral again?
Jonesboro, Louisiana. In Jonesboro, Louisiana, that's the birthplace of the self-defense.
Yeah. Diggins for Defense, right? Is it right? Is it?
Yes, sir.
And we talked. Yeah.
I had an uncle named Theola Qualls. He was one of the leaders of the Deacons for Self-Defense, and in all the movies, all you got to do is Google his name, Theola Qualls. They have a street named after him, and like I say,
feel free to say if you want to jump. You
was buried there, and one of the pallbearers was Quincy Hampton, right?
I know a Quincy. Yeah, I definitely got a Quincy Hampton. Somebody just, hold on. What was it? You just said something else. Trigger my man. You said something else too. Jonesboro. You said that's about Shreveport, Monroe, and you just for those who just tuning in. So you gave a roll call before. You gave a roll call. Some of the people that some of the noted ones that hail from there. So who were some other people that came from down there?
Shreveport, Alpinus, Bunchy Carter, from Southern California, Minister of Defense. Masai Hewitt, Raymond Masai Hewitt, he was the Minister of Education. Richard Williams, Serena and Venus Williams' father. Paul Mooney. I'm trying to figure out. And Johnny Cochran.
It's something that mud, it's from that red clay dirt down there. So I remember something I said before. I knew it was something when sister was pregnant, they supposed to eat the red clay dirt or something. So if that's the case, man, bag some of that stuff up, get some of that red clay dirt. Some of these sisters, man, it's pregnant red clay dirt. That's a hell of a cats come from down there, man. Yeah. That's Chairman Fred is buried down in Haynesville, Louisiana. His grandfather had a hell of an impact on him. L.U. White, man, hell of an impact on him, man. Man, right on for that. Hey, man. That's Norm Richmond getting to us from Canada. I have fought getting to Canada for long. They over here ask you to ask the question, where do we get our hats from? These are the Black Panther Party Cubs. It's our official uniform. The Apple hats. Right now, it's a place on man, you know what? I feel weird saying this too. I'm having a Panther Cub moment. These hats. I used to get them from the brother named Bacon on 47 King Drive. He didn't pass. Now it's a joint on Roosevelt. And the area used to be known as Jewtown. I ain't making this up, so I don't get this the area was known as in Chicago. In fact, Roland Martin has said one thing. He said he never in his life seen a city that openly had a place called Jewtown. Chicago, the race thing is just up front. It's just that's up front. I mean, it's laid out, And some brothers told me they remember when Chairman, you remember the chairman had the fur on, the black fur hat. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't know the history they had. That was, they were saying, and the brothers, the twins, they was in the Black Panther Party. And I talked to the twins, and they said, man, Chairman came back with that hat, man. He said, we got to make a beeline to go down to Jewtown. I said, man, Chairman had the hat, man. And that was Illinois Central Committee hat, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a reason, it's a politic to why we have this too, so we have to, because we have to, similar to that, Minister U.E.P. Newton had pulled the uniforms back at a certain period of time, because it started to outgrow the politics, catching got to playing games with, you know what I'm saying? And like even with us, the Black Panther Party Cubs, the berets, people started, playing games with us, so we had to do something distinctive, with us, and it's the Black Panther Party Cubs. But join down right off Roosevelt of Halsted. I get the exact name for it. That's where we get this from though. Canada. I'm to the point. I'm coming. I've been fighting for some years, like literally. I remember Mos Def. Now y'all seen Bay. We had a conversation about Canada. Some came about. He said that it was 2 weeks after Malcolm X had returned, he was assassinated. And 2 weeks after Chairman Fred had returned from Canada, and he was assassinated. So I had this real eerie thing, but I'm good. I'm ready. I'm locked and low. I'm ready to roll. We finna get our own line of these though too, man. So stay in contact with us. Check back with us. Who's that? Lottie signal. Check back with us. Yeah. But no, let me. Can you still
hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
From coast to coast, they had a chapter in every province in Canada, and also in August the last meeting convention that the Garvey Ice had was in 1937 in Toronto, Canada. So we're going to be honoring the 85th year of that in August. There's a book that Tony Martin put out called back to the boss, and a lot of people lost their jobs on that Monday.
Man, when are y'all having a celebration for Marcus Garvey in Canada? When?
It's going to be. I don't know if there's anything been organized. I'm not part of it, but it's the 85th anniversary of Marcus Garvey. Like we did a lot of tributes to Marcus Garvey when I was head of the Black Music Association, and I was with a radio station called CKLN.
What?
But I'm not in the best of health, so
I got you.
I haven't been able to move like I would like to move.
I got you.
But I'm pretty certain that Marcus Garvey had so many elements that supported him. Some progressive and some not so progressive.
We talking about doing something throughout the country, August 17th, Marcus Garvey's birthday. We talking about a couple of things. We talking about calling the declaration, calling for a pardon, exoneration on the case he had, and we have an event in Oakland, California. We put a proclamation throughout the country, and you know what I'm saying. We got Detroit online. We definitely got Oakland online. Our communication secretary, Carol Fife, you know what I'm saying, and others. So we looking at that to do a major move August 17th. So I look forward to be on the West Coast in Oakland for Garvey.
Can we piggyback off of that? Could you send us that information?
I definitely will. So we gonna say it. That's what I'm at. We the great grandchildren of Garvey, offspring of Malcolm, and the Cubs of Panthers. We live in direct on Free My Radio. Give me a minute, Brother Norman. Let me bring this sister, Ms. Rice, in real quick. You welcome to hold around or get back in with us. Just give us a minute. Bring me. Is it 2-1? No. That's Brother Norman Richard, y'all, who give you historical connection to music and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Bring me Ms. Rice in, then we're gonna holler Brother Ray Obrowski. 26. I forgot the area code. Cleveland. 612. I forgot. Is Ms. Rice in? She in the queue? Sister Comrade. Free them all. Free them all, Sister Comrade. Oh, give me a 440. Ray Obrowski, let me hold for what? Hold on for a minute. I want to make sure we don't. That's 740. Brother Ray, bear with us, so we say Cub with us. Give me a get this update of this 444 update. Hold on for a few minutes from you. Oh my, I messed up. No, bad. Give me a 440 for a minute. You got us, Comrade? See it? Press one. Ms. Rice, press one. Make sure you press one. Press one. Make sure you press one. My fault. Make sure you get No. She's on. Free them all. Right on. Welcome. Welcome. Hear you loud and clear. Welcome to Free Them All Radio. I know this is ain't no easy days in general, but Miss Samir Rice, can you just bring us to the speed? Like even today, the climb right now was going on, with Jalen Walker down to Akron. What's coming up this Saturday? And I always say don't draw no foregone conclusion, but I'm hoping I'm understanding we all are familiar with the case of Tamir Rice. You know what I'm saying? But this is his mother, Miss Samir Rice, online with us. This at a time where, I mean, it would be ideal to say, man, how far we come. Remember how it used to be in Ohio with the police, you know what I'm saying, how they get down on you? Remember back in the days, how they gun to meal rights down? We come, we come so far, you had black elected officials and, saying this and that, and all this in the past. Now it's a post-racial society. Then reality check. If you have any confusion, if it's not clear, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's still going down, and we still have resistance. Again, welcome to Fremont Radio, Miss Rice. Tell us where you at today. Where you know what I'm saying? Where you at? Where what? What I'm saying? For this, I mean, this climate we having right. I mean, like for all practical purposes, next door to you, literally. Free them all, power to the people.
Free them all.
Thank you, sister.
Yes. So, yeah, it was a rough day for me today. You all, I was at the Jalen Walker funeral, and I got a chance to view the body. It was really rough for me, but they did a good job with him. It's nothing like a mother's cry and a scream that really I can relate to. So it was really rough for me today. It was a few people in the house that I did see and a few people I didn't want to see.
Yeah.
At the funeral, but for the most part, it probably was a good 500 or 600 people. I believe it should have been more, but again, the society, the system affects society where, a lot of us are being asleep. But, in the civil rights situation, Timothy Loma tried to get his job back in Pennsylvania, which is a little bitty town.
Who tried to get their job back? I don't know if that sounds familiar to our listeners. I don't know if everybody's familiar. Who should try to get his job back? Move around.
Yeah, for the second
That's what they
time
do.
now.
Second time
now. Cuyahoga, Pennsylvania, which is a small town in PA, again, with 700 population. It's a truck town. But they were out there protesting with my son's case. They did not want that officer in their community. Again, the system is so broken that they continue to put these officers back on the force in different positions, and just like a recycling bin for these corrupt officers and things like that. So the system has proven time after time that it's definitely broken. Police reform is so questionable. I don't know how they're going to reform when they put policies and procedures in place where they break their own rules. So again,